This story is Commotion in the Ocean. While I'm reading this story, I want you to visualize. This means I want you to use your imagination to think about the things you can see. What can you hear? Can you imagine the smells of things? Or the taste of things? Or could you imagine what something might feel like? Let's have a look at the cover of the book, Commotion in the Ocean. I see the names of the author and the illustrator, and I really like the pictures on the cover. I can see a shark, a whale, an octopus, some starfish, and lots of other little fish and bubbles as well. Here is the blurb of the story. Let's have a read of it. It will give us an idea what the story might be about. The jellyfish just loves to jiggle, which other fish think is quite dumb. She knows that it's not all that useful, but jiggling's very good fun. Come into the ocean for a noisy, rhyming animal romp your little ones will love. This sounds like it's going to be a good book. I think we're going to meet a lot of different kinds of fish. And it does say there'll be lots of noise, and it does say there'll be lots of rhyming, and we do like rhyming words. Let's read the story and find out some more. Commotion in the Ocean. There's a curious commotion at the bottom of the ocean. I think we ought to go and take a look. You'll find every sort of creature that lives beneath the sea swimming through the pages of this book. There are dolphins, whales and penguins. There are jellyfish and sharks. There's a turtle and the big white polar bear. But can you see behind the wrecks and in between the rocks? Let's see if we can find who's hiding there. Crab. The crab likes walking sideways. And I think the reason why is to make himself look sneaky and pretend that he's a spy. Turtles. We crawl up the beach from the water to bury our eggs on dry land. We lay a whole batch, and then when they hatch, they scamper about in the sand. Dolphins. The wonderful thing about dolphins is hearing them trying to speak. But it's not, "How do you do?" Like I'd say to you, it's more of a crick, whistle, squeak. Angelfish. Hello, I'm the angelfish, darling, the prettiest thing in the sea. What a shame there are no other creatures as gorgeous and lovely as me. Jellyfish. The jellyfish just loves to jiggle, which other fish think is quite dumb. She knows that it's not all that useful, but jiggling's very good fun. Shark. I swim with a grin up to meet you. See how my jaws open wide? Why don't you come a bit closer? Please take a good look inside. Swordfish. I love to chase after small fishes. It stops me getting too bored. And then, when I start feeling hungry, I skewer a few on my sword. Octopus. Having 8 arms can be useful. You may think it looks a bit funny, but it helps me to hold on my children and tickle each one on the tummy. Stingray. At the bottom of the ocean, the stingray flaps his wings. But don't you get too close to him, his tail really stings. Lobster. Never shake hands with a lobster. It isn't a wise thing to do. With a clippity-clap and a snippety-snap, he could snip all your fingers in two. Deep sea. Miles below the surface, where the water's dark and deep, live the most amazing creatures that you could ever meet. There are fish of all descriptions, of every size and shape. Some have giant pointy teeth and great big bulbous eyes. Some of them can walk around and balance on their fins, but the strangest fish of all have glowing whiskers on their chins. Blue whale. There is no other beast on the planet as big as the giant blue whale. He measures a massive 100 feet long from his head to the tip of his tail. Barnacles. We're just a bunch of barnacles, and all we do is cling. We know it's not that glamorous, but it's our favourite thing. Walruses. Our bodies are covered with blubber, and our tusks are incredibly long. We're grumpy and proud, and we bellow out loud to show that we're mighty and strong. Penguins. We waddle about on our icebergs, which makes our feet slither and slide, and when we get close to the water, we leap with a splash off the side. Polar bears. Deep out in the Arctic, the mummy polar bear snuggles up with all her children, and it's very cold out there. What a lot of creatures we have seen beneath the sea. What a lot of funny things they do. Some of them might lick their lips and eat you in one bite, and some might want to swim around with you. The dolphin's very friendly, and the lobster's very fierce, but the shark is the most dangerous by far. Can you name the other friends we've made along the way? See if you can tell me who they are. The end. I hope you enjoyed that story. Wasn't it really interesting? Remember at the start of the story, I asked you to visualize. I asked you to think about things you could see, hear, smell, taste and touch. So, what did you try to visualize? Did you try to visualize what it looked like deep under the sea? Did you try to imagine the sounds of the different creatures? Maybe you tried to imagine the smells from the sea. Did you try to think of the tastes? Maybe the taste of salty seawater on your lips. And did you wonder what it would be like to touch some of the creatures? The squishy wet jellyfish maybe, or the pinching claws of the lobster. The next time you are at the sea, or even looking at a picture of the sea, remember all the wonderful, exciting things that are going on deep down below.